my name is Athena Trouillot, and in this video we are going to talk about hand signals to help you communicate with your partner. Before we get into the hand signals, if you want to evolve your game, make sure you subscribe to Selkirk TV so you can stay up to date on our lessons and our podcasts. So now we can go back into the hand signals. Have you ever watched Pickleball and you kind of see somebody making these weird signals in the back of their back? This is a way that you can communicate with your partner. One, in terms of court positioning and where you want to end up on the court, or two, where you want to hit a particular shot during a point. So for example, let's say in this scenario, Catherine is my partner, and we are the receiving team. I will use hand signals to communicate with her what our movement will look like after she hits this return. So there are three main hand signals that I'm going to go over. The first one being stay. So we will stay in this formation exactly the way that we are. The hand signal for that is kind of a closed palm, if you can see from my back. So this means that Catherine is going to hit that return. She's going to move forward to the right side of the court, and we're going to play this point from this formation. The second hand signal is an open palm. This means that we're going to switch. So that means that Catherine is going to hit her return, and she is going to move directly to the left side of the court, and I will move towards the right side of the court after she hits that return and moves forward. So I will end up on the right side of the court, and Catherine would end up on the left side of the court. The last hand signal is kind of opening and closing your hand. If you can see what that looks like in my back. So this means that I'm going to fake, like fake switch. So Catherine is going to hit that return. I'm going to pretend like we're switching, and then I'm going to come back to my position, and Catherine's going to come forward as she normally would. So this is kind of showing our opponent that we look like we're about to switch, so they think that I'm going to go to the right and Catherine's going to come to the left, but then I end up staying. So in this scenario, the reason that you would do that is one, just to give your opponents a different look so that you keep them on their toes and they don't really know what you're going to do. And two, let's say that maybe I feel like I have been being avoided by our opponents, like they are trying to target my partner and I want the ball. By making it seem like I'm going to switch and get to the right side of the court, maybe they decide to hit the ball to the left, and now I can get the ball that I want, that I feel I haven't been getting. So hand signals are a great way to communicate with your partner in terms of your court positioning, where you're going to end up for the beginning of the point. And two, it's also really important because it keeps your opponents on their toes. Now, when I make the signal, Catherine knows what I'm doing, but they have no idea what we're doing, and it makes them think, you know, oh my gosh, is Athena going to end up on the right or the left? Like, what are they doing over there? So hand signals are great for those two reasons. The other thing you can do with signals is communicate with your partner where you want to hit the return. So let's say that throughout playing this match, Catherine and I are playing against Sean and Amber, and we notice, man, Sean's drop with his forehand is just terrible. We should hit every return to Sean's forehand. So I will tell Catherine that I want her to return to that side of the court by making the signal. So this tells her that I want the return to go to that side of the court. Let's say in a different scenario, I notice that Amber takes a lot of the drops from the middle of the court and her forehand drop's not great. We want to return middle. So now I'm going to show Catherine this sign that will let her know that we should be returning to the middle. If I want to pick on Amber's backhand, then I'm going to show Catherine this signal, and then that means Catherine should return to Amber's backhand. So one, it kind of allows us to communicate in terms of where we want to pick on our opponents. Where you hit the return is really important because the third shot is such a difficult shot. You want to make it as difficult as possible for your opponents. but also it allows Catherine and I to know where that return is going beforehand. Whereas if we didn't communicate about where she's hitting the return, I don't really know what to expect in terms of where she hits it until I see where the ball travels to. So hand signals are huge. They're really important to make sure that you and your partner are on the same page.